know what REM is?
Rapid and
Very good, good, good. So ever wonder why you remember your dreams? It's because of REM. So so what REM is that rapid eye movement, and it paralyzes your eyes, and it's interesting how it works too, because some people can like have it for 8 hours, the typical sleeping time, and if you don't have it, you have a problem, and you have a disorder. That's okay, you can get it treated. So, no, oh yeah, that's it, okay. Anyway, so that is what REM is. Anyway, so as I don't have a disorder of REM, so I'm fine with it. So I can fall asleep and I can have all these great emotions with REM. So it feels really, really good too at the same time. So obviously, because in the morning you feel really good, right? You don't have bags over your eyes, and you don't feel like horrible, and you're like, oh my god, I don't think I can do this midterm or this speech. So that's what REM is, and that's what it helps us in life too with REM. If we didn't have sleep, we wouldn't be up. So learning about REM, it will help you have a better understanding, and I'm going to explain about it. So first, I'm going to talk about what the background of REM is, and then second, what causes REM to react to our bodies, and then finally, what type of treatments are there for REM? Okay. So in an EMT, they wrote about REM is one of the five stages. That's okay. So this is 5 stages, right? It's a sleeping cycle, and it starts off with starting off with sleep and like you getting there to your sleep, and then second is you go to your heart rate, and then your third it works off with your body makes repairs. And then fourth, you're just in your conscious of sleep, like your blood pressure is rising and your eyes are rapidly moving. And then fifth, you just finally are fine with it. So your increase of movement of eyes is still going. So fourth and fifth are the same thing almost. And 1, 2, and 3 are you're gradually getting to REM. Okay, so that's good. And then. And also another study, they said that 4 or 5 times a night you get it, and so you can see that non-REM, that's what it's called, non-REM. If you don't have non-REM, you get light sleep, you're drowsy, pathetic, and then 50% of people sleep is like really complex for you guys. So that's why you go see a doctor for it, and you need to really get help with it, because it's really. Keen on, because eventually it's going to help you. REM helps you with your life, let's put it that way. So, this disorder, no, right? Okay, so you can see that how much sleep we get, right? Okay, when you're a newborn, you're like to the max of like REM. I'm like, you're on top of there. You're just like, you're on key with REM. You're like 2 to 12, you're there, you know, you're gradually falling asleep. You work not much, but you have the 8 hours of sleep. And then when you're 12 to 24, you have REM, but non-REM is not so bad. So you can see that the studies, you can see that it's not that bad. So your non-REM would be like right around here, when you're in these ages. I don't know why it's like that, but eventually your body doesn't know how to fall asleep right. So you just need to go get help with it, and that's okay. So in order to have a good REM is to have a well-balanced diet and exercise and not eat a lot of fast food, because that's the problem, because whatever we eat will affect us in our sleep. Yeah, like, okay, people like to drink coffee right before they go to sleep. It works sometimes, but it doesn't, so don't do it all the time then. It's gonna gradually catch up to you. Whatever you eat affects you when you sleep. So if you're like, oh my god, I'm like, why can't I go to sleep? It's not because you took that nap, that 3-hour nap, because it's really not. It's what you ate before. So that's what's causing you to not fall asleep right. It's a non-stage of REM. So you have a better understanding of that, your transition, like REM, don't worry, it's okay. So I'm going to talk about the non-REM. So REM, Okay, it's called REM sleep behavior disorder, so it's RBD for short, that's what they call it. And clinically studies that they said, a National Center of Biotechnology explained a survey in how they did like 20 people of non-REM people. So what they did was they studied on them, and it was a clinical and it's in some country, and they did it there, and it helped them actually. The treatment actually did help because they gave them dosage of medication and procedures and treatments that helped them to fall asleep right. Because in the end, it really did was effective, and the pills, obviously, the dosage of what they gave them was good enough. So that's good. And now that we can understand a better understanding of REM, I hope you guys can catch up with your sleep, and I hope you enjoyed this speech.